Well, it's been a while. The last time I made a Browns video was almost 4 years ago, and it was just a regular season game recap of us beating the shit out of the Bengals. I think a couple days later, OBJ's dad made a whole edit of Baker Mayfield missing OBJ when he was wide open. And then obviously, so much has happened since then. Some good, but mostly bad. If you came here to listen to me break down the Deshaun Watson move and what the Browns have done in the last few years, you might be disappointed because that's not what this video is about. I feel like everything that needed to be said about the Deshaun Watson debacle in Cleveland has been said. So anything I say isn't going to be new. If you've been following my channel, I love Baker Mayfield. I was sad to see him go. And obviously this move is just completely blown up in our faces. When the front office completely traded everything away for Deshaun Watson and gave him the worst contract in sports history, they definitely thought they hit a home run. There's no way they thought that it would turn into 9 triple plays in a row, which it did. And to be fair, I don't think a lot of people thought that. There were some people online, I gotta give credit, that I saw right when the trade happened, they're like, this is gonna be an absolute disaster. And they were completely right. But I'm not going to dive deep into that move because, like I said, I feel like everything has been said about that. I am looking towards the future because the past is the past, and like BoJack Horseman said, we're all little specks in the universe and everything means nothing. Because the future of the Cleveland Browns looks like absolute disaster. It looks like we're probably back into that rebuild stage again with Myles Garrett wanting out, which I don't think we'll trade him just because I think there's financial problems with that. That's just a bad sign that one of our best players in franchise history, one of the best players in the league, wants out. And our offensive line is completely depleted. We don't have a quarterback. Our defense looks a little shaky. Our offense looks terrible. Front office and owners look like dum-dums. So I have no confidence at all that we're going to fix this. The only thing good we got going for us so far is Kevin Stefanski. And who knows how long he'll be here for. He'll either get fired for no reason, or he'll want to leave, which I completely respect. Just like Myles Garrett. I get why they want to get the fuck out of this hellhole. This is a stinky, repulsive, foul, disgusting, horrendous franchise that makes me just want to go in a cave and push a boulder in front of the cave, and I just can't leave ever. It'd be dark, it'd be cold, it'd be lonely in there, but at least the Cleveland Browns can't fucking hurt me in there. So I have no hope that we're gonna fix this regime. It seems like a complete disaster. So that means we're gonna be in rebuild mode, which is what I've known my whole entire fucking life. The Browns have always been rebuilding. To what? We're gonna rebuild to one playoff win? We're going to rebuild to where we draft a guy that probably could be our franchise quarterback and then we're just going to trade him away? What are we going to do? So in my opinion, the future for the Cleveland Browns is completely bleak. I don't see how there's any hope. I even looked at Super Bowl odds for next year. Not thinking we would win the Super Bowl. I was just curious. It's plus 20,000. We're in dead last. We have the second overall pick in this year's draft. I've never been good at evaluating players coming out of college, so I have no idea if Cam Ward or Sanders or anyone else is going to be good. But I will say it's fucking concerning that all the experts are saying that this is a quarterback class that isn't very strong. And also, there isn't like a bona fide number one pick. Like, there isn't a guy that's almost like a surefire thing. Nothing's a surefire thing, but you know what I mean. Like a Joe Burrow or Jane Daniels, Caleb Williams. Like some of these guys where it's like, oh, if they get the number one pick, like their franchise is going to change. So drafting quarterback at 2, I don't know if that's really going to change anything because we have so many other issues. But I will say if we do draft a quarterback, I'll be all in. I'll watch film. I'll do whatever. I'll get excited. I'll do the whole thing. I just don't have any faith in this organization doing the right thing. It seemed like we were on the right track, and then we completely blew everything up with Deshaun Watson. But I have little faith in this team because of ownership. We always make the bad decisions. It seemed like we were on the right track. Then Deshaun destroyed everything. And then we had a season where Joe Flacco was good. We had good pieces. We looked like a good team. And then we decided not to bring anyone back. And the last thing I'll say about the Deshaun Watson thing, at least for now, it was clearly a disaster. We should cut our losses and tell him to stay home. Don't even come to the team facilities, because clearly he's a cloud over this organization. It was a big mistake, and I just think being as far away from Deshaun Watson as possible will help this franchise moving forward. But that's just how I feel about the Browns right now. They're just a sad team. It's just sad. And I feel like I should give an update because it is fun making these Browns videos. They almost feel therapeutic, but there was a point the last few years where it just wasn't fun talking about the Browns. But I kind of want to start doing it again. I think it'd be fun to do this weekly. But not just the Browns. I think every week I want to make a video to give a little update on all the Cleveland sports, the Cavs and the Guardians too, and maybe talk about some headlines. So if I start doing this weekly, let's say like every Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or whatever fucking day I decide to make the video, right now it's just really Cavaliers. We'll just talk about the Cleveland Cavs, and they've been fucking killing it, obviously. Then when it gets to summertime, we'll talk about the Guardians, maybe some training camp stuff. But each week I want to give an update on each team, even if there isn't really an update. I think it'd be a fun thing to do, because I love talking about sports. I mean, at the end of my videos, it says weekly updates on movies and sports, and I haven't made a sports video in 4 years, so I'm a fucking fraud. But there'll be some weeks where I'm out of town, or I'm busy and I won't be able to make a video, but I want to do my best to try and make one video a week and give an update on each Cleveland sports team. Try and give some good insight, read some articles, give some stats on each of the teams, do some research, and then give my opinion on those things and maybe some major headlines. But I just want to give that update, that announcement. You probably want to hear me talk about the Browns. I gave you my Browns take. I'll talk a little about the Cavs. They're awesome. They're fucking sick. They actually look like they have a shot because of how well we're coached, how well the team plays together. We just got DeAndre Hunter, which is a great move. When we first made the trade, I was a little concerned just because I think Niang and Karras were just great for the locker room. They're great glue guys, and they're playing really well. But the more I thought about it, Karras has been a little inconsistent, injured, and when you do an analytical dive on it, Hunter scores more efficiently on less shots if you combine those two together. And it seems like it should be a slam dunk trade. And I'm just curious to see how he fits with Kenny's system. I guess that's the only concern I have, but I don't really think it's a big concern at all because Kenny's shown that he's such a good coach. So I'm excited to watch him play tonight, hopefully against the Timberwolves. I hope he does well. I hope this is a trade we look back on and be like, wow, that really just made our team explode. In a good way. And the Guardians had a great season. It was sad we lost the ALCS, and it was really sad that Klose didn't play well at all in that series or even the postseason. I'm hoping he shakes that off, plays really well this season coming up, goes back to his form. And I like the moves we made. It's sad to see Andre Menace leave and Josh Naylor, but I do trust that front office. I liked all the moves they made. I like our ownership there, even though I wish they spent a little bit more money. But I'm excited to see some of those young guys, and hopefully, we get a healthy Shane Bieber, and some of these guys come back and just run it back again, but stronger than ever. The Cavs and the Guardians updates will definitely be longer. I just don't want this video to be super long, and I feel like you guys wanted to hear me rant about the Browns. That's all I really got. You probably wanted a little bit more destruction and anger, but, that's going to happen. Don't worry. We'll do something fucking stupid, and it'll all come out. And when we talk about these major sports updates, it's not going to be the main point of the video, but I might ramble about it for a while. But I'm no expert. I'm kind of fucking stupid. I mean, I picked the Eagles to win the Super Bowl last night, but it was the first time I picked a Super Bowl correctly since I've lived in Chicago, and I've been here for 5 years. And these videos are fun to make, but that's also what's scary. You guys have receipts on me now, and anytime I say something and it goes the complete opposite way, you have video proof of me sounding like a dumbass. But major sports stories. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. They dominated the Chiefs. I picked the Eagles to win because of that front four. I thought they could maybe win this game if they play like Tampa did a few years ago. It's exactly what happened, but I didn't think it'd be this bad. Like, that was an absolute ass-kicking. And like I said, it's the first Super Bowl I've picked correctly in many years. But it was cool to see Jalen Hurts ball out. I feel like he's underappreciated, and I just think he's a cool dude. And Luka went to the Lakers, which is, it just was a bizarre trade. I think because the Mavs didn't shop anywhere else. Some team would have gave up a lot for Luka. And it seemed like the Lakers didn't give up too much. Anthony Davis is really good, but it was just a really weird trade. And yeah, it'll be fun to see him play on the Lakers. I love LeBron. He's the only person to give me any sort of happiness as a Cleveland sports fan. It'll definitely be cool when Luka and LeBron play with each other. It definitely gives them a better shot at a ring, but there's still a lot of holes on that roster. It felt like more of a move for the future. But I feel like everything has been said that needed to be said about that, so I'll just leave it there. But yeah, weekly thing I'm going to try and do, give an update on those 3 teams and any headlines, and see if we can have fun with it, It's because that's what the Browns are. That's what Cleveland sports are. They're just fucking fun. Cleveland Browns, man, just so fucking frustrating. Why can't we just be normal? Just fucking normal. If we just have to do all this crazy dumb shit, and it's just so exhausting. It's just Oh my God. Worst contract in sports history. Of course it is. It's the Cleveland Browns. But we're moving on to that. We're moving on because I don't think he's going to play in a Browns uniform ever again. I don't think in the NFL ever again. So we're moving on. We're looking past the past of the past. We're looking forward. Past is this way. We're moving forward, even though we're moving into darkness. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, I think. I have to tell myself that, but I don't know. But there probably is, I think. Boy, this is already so much fun. Can't wait to talk about the Browns next week. So, any other sports you want me to talk about? Let me know. Or just let me know what you guys think about the Browns, the Cavs, and the Guardians. I'm curious to hear because, like I said, I just think this would be a fun thing to do. And of course, thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more Davey Dave's Takes.